Welcome to the Wally Show, Aftercast, all the stuff we didn't get to during the course of the show today. We alluded to this a little bit in the show today, but there's a couple different layers of it that I want to go through. Betty Rock came in here victorious today, and richer, actually, as well, which I was dumbfounded by all of that. And she turned that win into buying breakfast, so I was a big fan of that. Betty Rock, break down your ill-gotten gains.
So a few months ago, I had a friend reach out from a competitive station.
And competitive, used to be a morning guy as well. And she is...
Did.
Yeah, oh yeah. Betty Rock is befriending people in the industry.
Smart.
For if I implode, she has some backup plans. And you know what? I don't even fault you for it because I know I'm a powder keg.
So he reached out to me and he said, hey, we're putting together one of these imaginary football league type things.
What's it called, Gavin?
It's called fantasy football.
Yeah, if you don't even
Same
know the
thing.
name,
That's
you
what
should
I
not
said.
win
Very
it.
well known.
Anyway, he said, do you want to be a part of it? It's $20 to get in. And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever.
And you know what? Here's why I don't like him. He thought he was taking your money. He was like, I'm going to hose Betty. I'm just going to take her money. And we already print money over here at this Christian radio station that we're talking about.
They do.
They have so much money. It's god-awful.
So anyways,
I
I am filling out everything. He sends a link, and I name my team. I can't even remember
You
now
don't
what it
even
was.
know that.
And create a login,
I'm
password,
furious.
all that stuff. And I thought I was going to have to do everything then, but it was like, no, you have to wait till you can choose the people. And so
The draft.
And so I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll just do that later. So the day came, I forgot, and it said if you forget, the algorithm will just
It's an
pick
auto
it for you.
Yep, auto draft.
And I was like, great. I am just assuming I lost $20, but at least I was part of the team.
Because
So,
you originally
whatever.
asked Gavin to help you.
Yeah,
you weren't part of the team.
I had asked Gavin to pick the people for me because I didn't know who these people were.
And he loves it.
Yeah.
And I was all in. Like, I wanted to do it.
But the day wasn't the right day or something like that. I don't remember. Anyways, so yesterday I got a random Venmo from this guy that originally asked me to be a part of this team. And it was for $220. And I'm like, what did I miss? What is this for? And he said, you won the league. And I was like,
Crazy.
I did?
She, like, literally, if he had said, okay, you just won the league, you're just going to need to log into your account to get this money, that money would still be there.
couldn't
She
do
would
it.
not be able to do it, man.
Do you know, like, what site or company he did it through? Because we use, there's Yahoo, there's ESPN.
I want to say ESPN.
I would love, like, after this Aftercast, I want us to go log in. I
find
need
out
you.
what
I need
happened?
reset your password. I don't care.
Because Gavin lost
Yeah,
one this year.
I lost 3 this year.
You should
I
have
didn't win a
asked me
single
for
one.
my help.
Yeah, sure, girl. The one
Anyway,
who doesn't
when
know her team name or
When
login.
I won my $220,
You didn't?
I said, "Oh, I had forgotten. I thought Gavin had helped me." So this morning,
Oh, this.
he came in
Yeah,
and I
this
said,
was
"Hey," I said, "Didn't you help me with that football team thing?" And he was like, "No, I was going to, but then you couldn't choose that day or something." And I was like, "Oh, well, I won, so I guess I won't half the prize with you."
This is where you could have just kept that second part in your head, hey, thanks. But Betty Rock literally tells this poor boy, she's like, oh, yeah, I would have shared it with you then. And then you could have even said, well, I'll still share. But you're like, no,
No. You shouldn't share it with me. If I had picked you a winning team, then I understand
then
it,
I would have
but
lost.
Yeah.
You might have, because apparently I'm much worse at this than you are. But yeah, I don't know.
What can I say?
If you had led with the cash flow and then asked me if I had helped you,
You would have lied. You would have lied.
I would hope that integrity would have won over.
You would have lied.
But they seriously probably would have thought about.
Yeah. And then I would have had a moral dilemma because I remember the situation. And then I would have had to be like, you
I'll
didn't
get
help
you
her.
breakfast.
I know. I would have looked at you and then you would have looked
We
at
could
me.
split
Yeah,
that.
and you would have given me like the nod. I'd be like, yeah, we're good.
So
yeah, he helped.
I did buy Waffle House for everyone
I
this
mean,
morning.
shout out to you.
So
You
there is
treated
that.
us to the higher end of our breakfast options.
And actually, I ordered a bacon, and I'm like, it came with 5 pieces. How great is this? And she's like, I got you the extra large. I'm like, thank you. So we appreciate you sharing sharing your wins,
You winning
and taking
benefits.
money out of that Christian network that has their own massive amounts of money. They might go under now because of you, which is so good.
The next fundraiser they do, they probably are fine within the first minute of their drive.
Oh my gosh, yeah, they the
20
first
seconds.
second,
Yes.
they're okay. They make more in an hour sometimes than we do in a day.
All right.
They probably replenished it as soon as we woke up.
Yeah. Anyway, not bitter at all about
we're
that.
positive here.
So let's get into some of the other stuff. I came across this thing that was people talking about genetics, okay? And not like controversial stuff like, oh my gosh, like remember the Sydney Sweeney ad and how everyone, my genes are blue, and everyone read into that and like white people can't talk about their genes. Just nonsense. But this one was talking about how you see something in your kids that you're like, oh, that's completely genetic. Like, we haven't discussed this or whatever. I see it all the time in my daughter and in my wife. Like, we'll go through scenarios and I'll say something. They will each respond with the exact same verbiage, same tone, same everything. And yeah, it's really creepy, actually. And I see that. I see it when I watch videos of me running, because I used to make fun of how my dad ran, and I'm like, oh, there it is. Like, I run the exact same way. I'm like, oh man. But these other people did a list. Said our imaginary friend had the exact same name, and I had not heard that name since I was a toddler.
That's creepy because to me, then I'm like, how did they pick that one out of all of it?
All the billions of names, you know, like, why did that happen?
I was recently with a friend of mine, and her mom was sneezing, and I didn't realize this, but her mom, when she sneezes, it's going to go for a while, like 8 to 10.
Yeah.
Okay. Her daughter, my friend, is the very same way. Like when she sneezes, we're all like, oh, here we go. And her mom does the same thing. So it's like, is that a genetic thing?
I don't know. When Marty's dad would kind of be finished eating, he would blow his nose. And then her brother did the exact same thing.
Or is it something that you just learn?
I don't know. I think some of it is conditioning and you see it over time and you pick up on it, but some things are completely random. Like this one's kind of gross, but like when my brother was a child, he would strip naked to poop, even in a public bathroom, and my son does the same thing. I had never heard of this till I came to Way FM and I met a guy. No, not Gavin. No, not Gavin. Please, please, Lord, not Gavin. I use that same restroom. Please, not Gavin.
It's not.
All the time. It's not. No, but this other guy, and he told me that he did that, and I thought he was kidding, because I'd never heard anyone do that. I'm like, you're kidding, right? He's like, no, it's serious every time. Like, why? Like, what? I had so many questions. Like, where do you put your clothes? Why would you do this? There's no point in that. How do your socks and pants, or your shoes and pants alone? Like, that's a nightmare.
Yeah.
And then if you're in a public restroom, oh, for the love.
I don't want to think about it.
Like, why would anybody do that? But I guess people do, and it's and it's kind of genetic or whatever. This person said, I hate t-shirts. I must have long sleeves, and my dad is the same way. Another person breaks chips when they eat them, and they realize as an adult that their dad did the same thing. This one was funny too. Sarcasm. The gene is a strong one in this one. My daughter, this is more of a conditioning thing, I think. My daughter, I think, got like partly like my sense of humor, because she has a dark sense of humor, even though she doesn't like to always use it to its fullest potential like I do.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, and so she has a little restraint, but she she is super sarcastic and like has that from me, and I don't know if it's genetic like thing, like you're just predisposed, you understand that kind of comedy, or you just were around it enough that you perfected it.
Well, and two, I think she gets her dramatic side from you as well.
Yeah. I tend to be a little dramatic. I see it now. The older I've gotten, I didn't used to see it. I was in a meeting yesterday, and I was getting animated, as I like to call it, about something, and I had to pause because I was dealing with two new people that I don't really know well, and so I said, "Hey, I'm sorry, I'm very passionate about this. That's why I'm getting animated. I'm not angry. I have to manage myself here." Because sometimes people get freaked out when I get loud or when I get passionate. They think it's anger, and it's not. Like, when I'm angry, you'll know. But like, and so I'm like, guy, just, and they're like, oh no, we love that you're passionate about this stuff. And so I have to manage that because it'll sneak up on me sometimes. And I'll do that with meetings with like our direct boss. I've had to sit there and go, okay, let me take a minute. I'm getting worked up here. I literally like talk myself down.
Do you, Gavin, do you see anything with Bennett that's like your wife or you?
There's this interesting thing that he'll do, and it's hard to know if it's genetic or not, but every once in a while, like when we're at home, like if I walk around or if I'm just standing around, like I'll put my hands behind my back and just sort of stand there, kind of like like sway side to side or walk around like that a little bit. And he does that. Yeah. And that to me could be, a visual thing.
Yeah, watching.
Like him watching and being like, that's how.
Because they do imitate a lot when they're young.
Exactly.
Did your dad do that or your mom?
I have no idea.
But there are some things like that that are like you see them start doing them and you're not even cognizant that you do it kind of thing.
No, I wasn't. And as soon as he was doing it, my wife was like, hey, I see you do that.
Yeah.
Never knew that.
I see it in other people. Like if I meet, like a friend of mine, if I meet their mom or their dad, there's little things that they'll do, and I'll be like, oh gosh, their kid does that too, my friend, Yeah. And I'm sure people say the same when they meet.
My dad had the funniest thing it's funny about corporal punishment. Oh, my corporal punishment was so funny. But he would, because when I grew up, you could spank a child and the world didn't end. And it wasn't abuse. But my dad would always, when he went to spank us, would bite his own finger. It was the weirdest thing. He'd put his finger in his mouth and he'd swat us. Didn't matter when. And I don't know if it was him like biting his finger like to control his own, like, okay, if I'm biting it too hard, then I know I'm like worked up or something. Or if it was just the reaction of this. I never knew that. But I never, that was nothing I ever adopted. I think I only had to spank Haley like when she was real little. We did like that stuff
real little, by the way, because like when it comes to that okay,
you swat him on the diaper.
Yeah, I'm always curious about like when to start looking at that as a because like we're in that position now where it's like he doesn't know what he's doing all the time. Yeah, but I do think that discipline is coming. But for now, it's like if he hits me, it's like, okay, I'm gonna grab your arms and I'm gonna put them by your side and be like, I'll control this because I know you can't right now.
Yeah, when it was intentional and that you could see him get mad and swing at you, I would pop her hand and stuff. We did that kind of stuff when she was young, and so when she got older, she was a good kid. Like she learned from that. Like I didn't have to keep the spankings going. Like I could just look at her cross-eyed, like, and she knew, oh wow, and she would instantly back down. But other people, that's not the case. The kid just stare at him. Like I remember my dad giving me my choice between punishments or spanking. I'm like, let's do the spanking. It doesn't take that long. Let's go. Like, I was a handful.
You don't say.
Still am.
And
right,
to
Rock?
think that they had another child after you is just crazy.
I know. And then they were worse. Not one of them.
And that's saying something.
Yeah, I know. Absolutely. Betty Lou, what do you got?
All right. So the year is 2026, and you might be thinking, oh, gosh, like I need something to look forward to. Well, I have it for you.
Oh, nice.
I have a list of movies that are planning to come out in 2026. I've got the date for them and everything.
It's a good year.
Let's see if any of y'all are excited about these. The Breadwinner.
What?
With Nate Bargatze.
Oh, that looks like it'll be
it's coming out March
good laugh.
13th.
I hope it's good.
It looked really good.
That's one of those movies I have a big fear that all the funny is in the trailer, and it will be touching at the end. You know how it's going to end, and that's fine. Like you need those movies, and I love Nate Bargatze so much that I'm hoping it translates. Because his stand-up is pro level, first class, first rate, and sometimes movies don't translate that.
And there are some comedians out there that have switched over to the acting side of things, and you can tell that there's almost just like a slight like tear drop in terms of like quote unquote quality of acting. But as long as it's a super simple movie,
right?
I don't need it to rewrite the book on comedy.
Also, Wally, did you think of this? It's just hit me. So the actress that plays his wife is Mandy Moore.
Yeah.
The actress that played what's his name? Emilio Guns. No, who's the name of the guy that you were with in I Can Only Imagine 2?
Milo Ventimiglia.
It was his wife. in This Is Us.
I know. I'm kind of related to Mandy Moore now.
No, I was going to say there's like a two steps between you and Nate Bargatze.
Yeah, it's pretty great actually. Yeah, two degrees of Nate.
Yeah, y'all are like home wreckers.
Oh yeah, we should be friends. Actually,
that's pretty crazy.
I think that though, like there are certain comedians that have gone on to be actors that are great actors. One of those being Steve Martin was a great comedian, but he became a great actor. Will Ferrell, I think, is a good actor. Like he's not stellar. Like you don't put Will Ferrell. You put Will Ferrell in a Will Ferrell movie. You don't like Steve Martin became other things. Robin Williams, I think, was a better actor than comedian. I'd much prefer his acting to his comedy.
I don't know much of like his stand-up.
Yeah.
I know it exists and I've heard some of it.
Yeah,
but I know him for movies way more than
his stand-up never was super funny to me.
Coming out March 20th, so the very next weekend will be Ryan Gosling's Project Hail Mary.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Oh yeah.
I read that book last year.
Did you?
It's a fun book. And I think it'll be a fun movie.
Here's my problem. Wow. I have a problem with everything. I'm just a grumpy old man. But I love the concept of this, but I hate the alien rock creature. I don't like rock creatures and things. Like The Thing, I think that creature stinks. I like and the what was it? In The Martian, what movie was it where it was that computer that was this black rectangle that then ran.
Yeah, you're thinking of the Matthew McConaughey. Yeah,
Interstellar.
Yes.
Yeah, I hated that.
It's a robot.
I know, I hated it. It was so badly done that I couldn't connect with it. The rock creature, I can't connect with.
Sometimes you don't need to see it.
Yeah,
like your imagination can kind of create it for you.
Yeah, and
sometimes they ruin that by showing you
what it is.
But I will say that Ryan Gosling will make up for any lack of the movie. I mean, just looking at him will be like.
I'd love to say his acting is as rock-faced as the rock thing, but he's a good actor.
He's a good actor. He plays a almost like dorky middle school science teacher.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun for people to be like, oh my goodness.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, look, he's wearing glasses.
Already
Great.
I'm there.
Yeah, he's so nerdy but hot.
Oh my goodness, so smart.
Coming out May 1st, The Devil Wears Prada 2.
Yes,
I've never seen the first.
Oh, okay. If you're gonna see
Anne
2,
Hathaway?
Yeah, she's fantastic.
And Meryl.
And Blunt, Emily Blunt is back in it.
Oh yeah.
And her character in the first one is great. I loved the first one. I thought and obviously in all these movies, as every movie, here's your disclaimer, there's always stuff that is not great in these movies, unfortunately. But on the whole, I thought the movie was really good. And so that's when I'm like, okay, I really want to see. I wonder if Stanley Tucci made it back in. He's still alive, right?
I love Stanley. Yeah,
he's good. He was great in that.
Coming out June 19th, Toy Story 5.
Yes,
Why?
let's go. No.
What are you talking about?
Yes.
You're excited for this continued franchise when they finished it perfectly 2 movies ago?
I love this franchise.
Get out of here.
Now, I hated the 4th one where they had the marionettes, the dummies. That was stupid.
Yeah, but Forky got in there.
I didn't care. Forky was forced.
Was Forky. His forced.
It was like a spork.
You thought Forky was forced?
He was forced,
I'm trash.
No, I thought he was great.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I couldn't stand it.
They did this thing where it looked like Woody was leaving the gang and all that.
Yeah.
And then they show you the trailer for the next one, and they're like, forget about that. He's back.
Yeah.
They're like, they're rewriting history.
They have to for money.
I think we played it on here or the podcast, but there was one interview that I believe Tom Hanks did, or maybe it was, what's the guy?
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen. But they had written the whole script and did it, and then they were like, we don't like it. And so they had to start over.
Yeah,
so,
I remember that story. I don't remember the details.
There was something about Buzz Lightyear where there's going to be a lot of them. They're going to go to space or something, and they didn't like it. And so rewrote it.
I'm just interested to see how they do it. I think the franchise is so good. I think it looks amazing. 9 times out of 10, the storytelling's great. I did not care for the storytelling in the 4. But I'm hopeful that even 3 was a little. 1 and 2 were fantastic. 3 was.
What was 3?
3 was the
With Lopso.
Andy's going to college.
Oh, they go to the
they ended up with a new.
daycare.
They
Yes.
ended up
The
with a new
pink
girl
bear.
at the
Yes.
end, and it
Yeah.
ends with like Andy giving the toys to a new kid.
Yeah.
right.
And they're like, "So long, partner."
Yeah.
Which is
So it was
a perfect end.
Yeah, it was fine. It wasn't.
This one's going to be interesting because it has to do with a new toy for the kid, and it's like an iPad or a tablet. So they're kind of entering the modern
Interesting. I didn't
storytelling
know that.
of kids
I
and
didn't know
toys
that.
and screens.
Finally, coming out in July 10th is the live-action remake of Moana.
No, that's
That's
so not needed.
Unnecessary.
Yeah, that is not needed. Like Moana itself was good. Like I liked I thought it was good. I didn't like it the first time I saw it. The second time I saw it,
I
it
couldn't
grew on
even
me.
get through it.
Really? I did enjoy it. I didn't care for the fact that you have Hey Hey and Pua. Pick one or the other. We talked about it on a show today. Like Hey Hey was fine. You don't need Pua. Hey Hey's the better character.
The chicken?
Yeah, the chicken's the better character. You don't need them both. And so, like, I thought that was good. There is no need whatsoever for a live action remake of that. Man.
What's
Somebody
left?
just wants to shoot like in Fiji, is what that is. You know?
Oh, what's left to be remade
Yeah.
per se? Very little. Tangled, Frozen. They'll do that someday.
Yeah.
They'll remake Frozen in live action.
Frozen was weird because it was on Broadway.
Yeah.
And
True.
it was way too late. They spent too many years developing it, and I think they missed the window because I want to say that thing was a global phenomenon as a movie,
Yeah.
and I think it lasted a year on Broadway when that could have been an amazing Broadway show. Like, I think they were trying to develop technology for throwing the ice and stuff like that, like all the tricks, and they
Yeah.
took so long to develop it that by the time they actually got it on, they'd missed the window.
Disney Plus last year took the Broadway a la Hamilton
Yeah.
and took the Broadway production and filmed it
Oh, they
and
did?
put it on Disney Plus.
I've never seen it. I want to see
for
it.
people to go and watch it. Well done.
Okay.
I mean, it almost makes more sense to, if you miss the mark after a few years,
Yeah.
hitting it back up 10 years down the line
Yeah.
when people are like, oh, this is old enough for this to be nostalgic now. Because Frozen came out like 13 years ago.
That's
now,
crazy.
Which is it's an enormous amount of time.
I didn't know that they did that. Like I still have Disney Plus, and
It's good.
the only reason I have Disney Plus is because it's a package deal with Hulu now. I did not want to keep Disney Plus. I was trying to get rid of like subscriptions, and I need to change out my internet too. I'm getting robbed.
Yeah. Disney Plus never found its footing for its own original content that wasn't something like
Right.
Star Wars or Marvel, which again, a
Yeah.
lot of people and me like want that and paid a lot of money to make it happen. But now that they've sort of slowed down on all that, for me, it's solely just because it's got Mickey Mouse Clubhouse on it.
Yeah, you know who did it best? Stupid Netflix.
Yeah, they're great.
Netflix used to mail you DVDs of things you wanted to see. Then they got into the streaming, and then they realized, oh, we're not going to survive just watching old movies. We need to curate. And so then they started partnering with people, and then they nailed it with all their documentaries and stuff. And then having new stuff just come out there, I think they really did define a big part of what streaming is today.
And then they just bought Warner Brothers too.
Netflix did?
I believe
Or
Netflix.
Warner Brothers didn't buy Netflix?
No. Netflix, I believe, we'll have to fact check this.
Yeah.
Bought Warner Brothers, and then they recently talked about how with Warner Brothers they are going to limit Warner Brothers produced movies to 17-day theatrical runs. So they're not even they're already starting to do this weird clamping down on how long movies are going to be
Why?
in theaters. I think that there are some movies that probably, I don't know how much it costs to
Have a
movie
theater,
play in
right.
the theater,
Right.
but you do have some movies that it's like, man, this is still in theaters a
Right.
month after it's been released. Nobody's going to see this.
Right.
3 people are showing up on a Friday afternoon versus
It makes sense because
get it while it's hot.
movies have a life cycle and a product life cycle, and they spike here and then they drop drastically. And
Weekend
so,
one, fantastic. Weekend
save your
two,
money.
You die down a little bit. Weekend three, they don't even tell you how they track that.
Yeah, there's so many movies that I'm like, oh, I missed that. Because I just stopped caring after because all the money is spent to hype it for that first release week. And then after that, whatever they take whatever they get after that, kind of thing.
Were you done with the movie list, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
That's
her
crazy
last one.
because there's a Spider-Man movie coming out later this year.
Really?
There's an Avengers movie coming out later this year.
Those are probably on there, and Betty just edited around them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we don't need it.
Yeah,
You
'cause
talk
no one
about
cares.
unneeded.
What are you talking about?
Anything that
I
has
have
to
to
do with a
speak.
superhero,
Yeah.
I'm out of. I don't
To
care.
speak for my people.
Unless there is a very hot man that I'm
They're all
interested
hot.
No, that I'm interested in that asks me to go and see it with him,
Oh, yeah. I got
then
you.
I'll go.
Yeah.
But other than
I don't know
that,
what I was saying.
no,
Yeah.
I'm not wasting my time.
I get that. Betty Rock, I think, will become somebody else for a very hot man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I wouldn't even
You
blame
won't
you.
even know me anymore.
I
You'll
will-
be like, who is that girl?
I
Like,
will.
yeah.
I will support you in that. I will be like, you be whoever you want to be, girl. I'm your
Wearing
friend.
I'll turn
I'm
into
in.
you, or
Yeah.
you get a new bestie,
Yes.
and you
Yeah.
turn into
New
whatever
hobby.
hobby they have.
All
You're
of a
like,
sudden,
I love it too.
Betty Rock's wearing like mountain climbing shoes
Yep.
to work. Like, oh yeah, we're just gonna go climb
Yep.
at the crag after
Yep.
this.
I'm
That's me.
dressed up as a Jedi for another Star
Yep.
Wars movie, and I
Yeah.
look over, I'm like, Betty?
Yeah,
Yep.
she's Leia.
You too?
Yep. Yep. And I'll be like, I've always loved this. What are you talking about, Gavin?
Yeah. You shut up, dumb boy. Like when the other guy's
Don't
around.
talk to me.
Birthdays,
Yeah.
the birthdays.
I don't have any birthdays, but I do have a question that goes great with what we were just talking about.
Oh, good.
This
Go for
one
it.
is from Schaefer.
Hey, Schaefer.
Schaefer said, this one is mainly for Gavin.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Said, I play a lot of
Wait, this
D&D.
is-
See?
Oh, no.
See, I just knew. We didn't even discuss this, and I just knew.
And he even put in parentheses, yes, Wally, I'm a nerd
man.
and darn proud of it. So I'm curious.
Oh, man.
So I'm curious. What is y'all's favorite fantasy series fictional work? And do
Oh
you
my
quote
gosh, that's a long question.
do you quote it often?
That's really funny.
I don't think I'll tell you this, okay? This because I have to read these ahead of time. I am not one for any kind of fantasy series stuff, but I will say one of my favorite movies growing up to watch, and it's still one of my favorites to this day, and it's kind of fantasy, is The Last Unicorn.
Oh, no.
Did
Yeah,
you see that?
I've heard about it. I thought it was sad.
It was animated, and I remember
Yeah,
it
I've never
not
seen that.
really being child friendly.
Really?
It seems like they may have had two
It looked
bad
like it
words
was,
in it.
from what clips I've seen, it looks like a dark
Yeah,
world and
Yeah,
a
I
dark
would say so.
universe. And
but it's about some girl that she turns into. Well, no, she was the last unicorn, and then somehow she gets turned into a human. I don't know, but anyways, I really liked it as a kid.
I think I get frustrated by PG-13 movies that are PG-13 for zero reason.
Mhm.
Like because you get X amount of certain swear words in that to make it a PG-13, and you're like, why did you take that? Because PG-13 does better than PG. It would be my
Right.
guess. That's my only.
Yeah.
That's all I can figure.
That's what I thought of when I saw the live action of Lilo and Stitch, which
Yeah.
I loved, by the way.
Yeah.
But there's one part at the very beginning where some random dude said a cuss word, and it was like,
Yeah.
that wasn't even needed.
Yeah, exactly.
And it gives it a
Disney.
PG rating.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why?
Yeah, because PG is probably better than G, and probably more kid. I would much rather take my kid to see a G movie because I know
Right.
that there's not going to be any of that mess in there, and versus going, I'm going to have to explain this or whatever after the movie.
I'm looking at The Last Unicorn. It was released in 1982.
Oh wow!
And I was looking to see what the rating was. Oh, it's rated G.
Yeah,
It shouldn't be.
Back
There was
then too, you had a differentiation. I don't think there was
82.
PG-13
There was just
Yeah.
PG.
in 80s, right? Yeah.
82 was 80s movies were different. 'Cause
Anything
I watched,
animated was probably
you could watch PG movies from the 80s and you'd be flabbergasted.
Yeah,
You'd
like
be
16 candles,
what?
stuff like that was.
And it was PG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
R though, now today, what was R then is PG-13 a lot of times. That's PG-13. I think has gotten way out of control for kids on some things. Now the animated ones, no, you're gonna have one or two language, or you're gonna have stupid lifestyle stuff that you have to explain afterwards. But nothing super graphic in them. But it's just stuff that kids shouldn't have to be dealing with.
So, Gavin,
Yeesh!
tell us what your favorite sci-fi fantasy series is.
Okay, thank you. Probably just like Star Wars.
Yeah.
But
Get more specific.
Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Like they made an animated TV show.
Oh, yeah.
Where they did 7 seasons to explore all of the stuff.
7 was not enough. They
Which
didn't fully.
series was your favorite out of all of
Yes,
those?
they
1
didn't
through
fully
7?
explain it.
The movies are great.
Oh, they're movies.
Yeah, well, the Star Wars: The Clone Wars is a TV show, so it's seasons. So it's like 7
See, I think
seasons
that's
of
my
20
problem with Star
episodes or
Wars.
so.
Let it die. Just let it die.
You're in
No,
a-
they bought it, Beth,
Yeah.
so that it wouldn't die.
But it
You're like-
just keeps going.
You're in an insane minority when it comes to that.
Oh, I know.
So
And I don't get it.
Yeah.
At all.
I loved the original Star Wars, and then I watched a couple after that, and it's always the same story to me. And so good versus evil, and you
movies
kind of
definitely.
overcome evil for a hot second, and then evil
You
comes.
blow up the Death Star.
Yeah,
They
I mean,
did
I guess
that
it's
3
I,
and you
times.
say
Yeah.
nanu nanu.
Yep.
I
and
guess
it's
it
all
is
done.
kind of. I guess it is kind of like life. You're constantly in that battle with evil, and it just keeps coming back, even when you.
Wow.
One-
Look
Be
at
pretty
that.
cool. And
Yeah.
why they keep doing it.
Maybe
and
so.
Why it's a good thing to watch it.
Maybe so.
Ryan Gosling's going to be in a Star Wars movie.
Oh, well,
He's
then I'm in.
Yeah.
Let's
He's
do
gonna
it.
be he's going to be like a pilot. It's
Is
going
it
to
really?
be it's going to be like
Oh,
next
I'm
year
all
or the year
in.
after.
Wally,
Well-
do you have a favorite fantasy series?
No, I'm not into that stuff at all. Like I liked some Star Wars.
Yawn.
I've never seen Lord of the Rings.
Harry Potter?
No, definitely not, because I'm a
so
believer, and I fear for
'Cause
my
he's a
soul.
Christian.
Bummer.
Yeah. Speaking of fearing for my soul in hell, we're gonna talk about that tomorrow in the Aftercast, and I cannot
Hey.
wait.
Wait, the Aftercast or the podcast?
The Aftercast.
The Aftercast tomorrow.
Okay.
We're gonna do a little bit on the show, but I want to talk. I want to
You're gonna
really
promote
break it
it,
down.
but-
Yeah, I want to really break it down because I found this thing with Kirk Cameron that I thought was really, really good, and it honestly, it's changing my view of hell in a positive way, and it makes me understand more why people who aren't believers have a problem with God, based on the way that we've always talked about it. And so I want to delve into that tomorrow. But right now, I want to finish up this Aftercast with a gift. A gift for anybody in Gavin's D&D world, or
is it
people that like to go yeesh like me. When I worked at 99X in Atlanta, we had this guy. He's a parody songwriter, comedy songwriter named Stephen Lynch, and he came in and he did a version of his D&D song live. And there were a couple things like I had to edit out of it for this one, but I have the clean version of it, and it's just so funny to me. And it's how I see Gavin in high school, I think. So here you go. Enjoy this, and you are welcome.
I got my 12-sided die and I'm ready to roll with the wizard and my goblin crew. My friends are coming over to my mom's basement bringing Funyuns and the Mountain Dew. I got a big broadsword made out of cardboard, and that stereo's a pumping Zeppelin. It's that time of the night, we turn on the black light, let the Dungeons and the Dragons begin. It's D&D, fighting with the legends of yore. It's D&D, never kissed a lady before. Nope.
I did.
All right, you gonna bring the thunder? Bring the thunder. Bring the thunder, man. Come on. Let's go. Bring the thunder.
Oh, so good. All right, that's going to do it for your Aftercast. And as always, thanks for being a potty.